Hi, Trevor. I think I'm on time. How are you? Hi, everybody. It's Lasha Ryanko from High Voltage and Trevor from Trevor's Life in Legos and Trevor Robertson. And Trevor and I are collaborating together. If I didn't need my phone, I would have conducted a video. And sorry, my ear's itchy. I would have conducted a video and gone live with Trevor. Sorry, Trevor, we have to collaborate this way. But before we get started, again, my name is Lasha. You've reached Lasha Rajanko, but the channel above or below is High Voltage. And if you like what you hear tonight, even if you don't like what you hear tonight, leave a comment. And when I said that comments can change people's lives, Trevor, I'm just going to give an example. You're very good at Googling on the spot, so I'm going to put you on the spot. I always look in the corner because that's where I'm typing. Trevor, I'm asking you to Google this. April 11th, 2022, the Frank Report. And Trevor will come back with me with some information. And I know I can look it up myself right now. So, a lot of people don't come live to this channel. I did put out a couple of announcements today. I did hear back from Trevor and MM and Kawar. And so I did put out some invitations. And so, thank you for liking. And if you, like I was going to say, even if you don't like what you hear or you don't like the topic of what you were, leave a comment and I'll explain why comments are important and how they can change people's lives, even if you don't agree. And if you watch the last even three videos that I uploaded, I was conducting the video getting ready for this live. And I came across a couple of videos that I really like, and I simply liked them, typed in the names, and I made some predictions too. So my mother always said I was psychic. I think that's more intuitive. At any rate, tonight, this is episode 2 of Jordon Peterson. And again, for subscriptions, I was also thinking when people subscribe to a channel, Saucy, who came back, said to me, I was unsubscribed somehow, or he unsubscribed himself. Either way, he said, I couldn't find you, and I finally found you. So sometimes if you find a channel and you're like, sometimes it's not a bad idea to hit the subscribe button. And, you don't have to keep notifications on because I put out a lot of shorts. A lot of shorts. A lot of shorts. And just think of yourself, if you're a passerby, if you hit subscribe and you're a passerby, you're giving out the vibe that you might be interested, you might not be interested, and that's okay because it'll make my day. Because technically, this community we are at 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, so 1,090. So, and then another 10, that would be 1166 people. And that would mean monetization. And I sent out on Messenger today on Facebook to Laman, because he lives in Uganda. And I've known him through Facebook for 5 years. And I have actually vetted him. And he sent me all of his ID, and I've checked everything out. You can even get in contact with an embassy. And I promised him that as soon as I reached monetization and I made my first $200, it was going to him and his family. And that is still a promise. So this is a charity. And I was working out the math of views and money. And I don't, you know why I keep doing this? Because this wig keeps itching my nose. My mom said, "You're sniffing all the time." And honestly, I think it's this hair. I swear to goodness. But at any rate, so that's what this channel is about. I do have to say that every time I start a video, because you don't know me. You don't know me. But so from now on, and I say this all the time, if you know me, put the uh, red line forward to 7 minutes, and then I'll get into it. I need to keep myself busy. Okay, so Trevor, while you were waiting, this is the video that I put together while you were waiting. As I always announce the Grimsby News, this is Lasha from High Voltage on January the 30th of 2025. And this is Dr. Katie Sum, and here is her information. I will do a video to ensure that it's clearer. Just one moment. Hi there. So yesterday I was trying to do or conduct a video based on the fact that I asked the vet who helped with Sophie's end of life and suffering. We couldn't let her suffer on like that. The cancer had spread to her lungs. And I'm staying busy and I'm going live. As you can tell right here, Trevor's waiting. I'm coming, Trevor. And if you want to join us, we're going to be talking about Jordon Peterson, and I want to debunk his theory. But yesterday, based on Sophie, it was this lovely veterinarian, and it's in-home veterinary services, Dr. Katie Sum, compassion animal veterinarian. She was here for the sum of 2 hours, providing quality mobile veterinary services to homes in the Niagara and Hamilton region. My mother and I called her at 12 in the afternoon, or 12:32 in the afternoon. She was here at 2:30, and she did not leave until approximately 4:25. Her phone number is 905-421-4487. Her email is dr.katisum@ihvs.ca, and her social media is at Dr. Katie Sum. DrKatiesum. Thank you, Katie. You made her end of life beautiful, and if I asked you if there was a course you could take to help people with bereavement who have PTSD that lose their service dogs, you said no. And I'm going to start a WhatsApp group, and I just wanted you to know. So, and I wanted to share it with her because it really tweaked an idea in my mind about the donations. And I also want to help people who can't afford animal care with their animals. But believe me, when I do that, I'll be doing a financial background check because people are scammers. But today I wanted to talk about Jordon Peterson. Let's take a listen to Candace Owens and Michaela Peterson on Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan, Jordon Peterson, and Michaela Peterson. Okay.
Well, I've been joined now by Michaela Peterson, of course, Jordon's daughter, who was on Piers Morgan. I sent some.
Here we go.
This guy is not, I think, I'm going to bring these two together. Candace Owens, host of the Candace podcast, and Michaela Peterson, co-founder of Peterson Academy, both join me now. Welcome to both of you. Happy New Year to both of you.
I almost joined Candace, the Peterson Academy,
Here we go.
And I didn't.
What was your big objection to what Michaela said?
Well, first and foremost, just to be someone that's so new in this country and then to immediately castigate or to cast aside everybody that's in here and say, well, guess what? You're just a bunch of racists. You don't like brown skin, while at the same time referring to us as woke was just mind-boggling to me.
These people that are focused on anti-Semitism, Jews.
For Steve back.
But I then get out of that program and become a permanent resident. Okay, so that they're allowed to stay.
They're talking about immigration.
Let me finish what I was going to say about Elon Musk. What did you think when Elon began following you?
Oh my God.
If
Elon Musk follows you, that must mean you're a winner.
What we do know,
but then some people have.
Or what his record is. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a guy who's been to prison.
When he weighed into that issue at all, suddenly
no one's not going to be.
Do you mind if I finish my sentence, Michaela? You've just been talking for a long time. Do you mind if I? There's not a time. There's not a time. Do you mind if I finish my sentence?
It's hard to address them all.
Do you mind if I finish my sentence? I feel like I've let you speak.
I mean, a bit, but go ahead.
Everyone's speaking.
Go ahead.
You mind letting me finish my sentence?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Michaela. So what I was just going to say is it seemed very much to us that he was just trying to shift gears because basically he was trending for almost 2 weeks over the H-1B visa, and he was doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. And then suddenly he's just advising on UK politics. And like you said, this issue has been going on forever. It was extensively covered by the mainstream media. It was not brought up by Tommy Robinson. We can have a discussion about what's going on in the UK.
They're not. So I don't know what to say about it. It's aggravating, and I think it is manipulative, So when we talked about it and we were very honest about what was going on, part of it was to spread awareness that 1/5 of Americans are on medications that cause dependence and don't know it. It's horrible. People die because of it. So I think laughing about it is it's not cool.
It's not cool?
Okay, wait a minute.
Did she just say it's not cool? Okay. Jordon Peterson claimed, if you watch episode 1, I'll just surmise it very quickly. Jordon Peterson is a ranting toddler, and he is from Canada. I did a deep dive in episode 1 as to where he went to school, etc. The bottom line is, him and his daughter were claiming in It was an interview that I saw that I knew nothing about for 4 years. And so this is a 4-year-old video. This is 2025. So this must have been during COVID 2021, okay? When this video was released. And Jordon Peterson sounds like a whining toddler. It was very uncomfortable, evidently. I would have rather been whipped. Well, it really would depend on what kind of whip. Are you kidding me? He's an Ontario licensed psychologist, psychoanalyst, whatever. My whole point is, it came to pass, as far as benzodiazepines, that they were actually very, and look at, if you don't believe what I'm talking about, where's my blister pack? Okay, this is a benzodiazepine. This is a benzodiazepine. These are not used for sleep. And it came out, they said, in the 80s that these drugs were inherently, they're evil, depending on the usage and what they're used for. Her defensiveness toward Candace Owens' ideology that drugs are bad for you, vaccines she doesn't believe in. Why is Michaela so defensive? I understand that it's her father. I get that. Could you imagine having Jordon Peterson as your father? But about the benzos, where he's full of crap, is if you watch that interview in episode 1, you will see how he goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on about himself. That's all he goes on about, and how he suffered, and how he had this situation with benzodiazepines where they made him feel detached from people. That's bullshit. If you have I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. You know what that means? That means, like so many other people, I was traumatized. My life traumatized the shit out of me, and I didn't have the coping mechanisms. So in 2007, well, first, before I get to me, he says, my hands are shaking. I'm so mad. It makes me shake. I get so mad. And you don't take a benzodiazepine when you start to shake. It's because I haven't been breathing. So if you breathe 30 times in and out very slowly like a singer, it calms you down. You don't pop a benzo because your hands start to shake. Okay? I learned all of this on my own. And her defensiveness to me summed it up. Candace Owens was not being rude in any way. Those are her beliefs. And when you feel detached from people, that's depression. That's anxiety. Because you're so anxious. When it gets to a level where you're shaking like this all the time, and you go from a functioning human being to down the tubes, that means that you've been traumatized in some way. And he talks about accidents happening, losing a job, a death in the family. Now, so what benzos are used for, if used properly, can be very useful. I used to be on a higher dose than I am now. And the dose that I'm on is, in a lot of people's opinion, a high dose. 2 milligrams is a lot to people. And that's fine. But I remember when she prescribed them to me, she took away the Zopicone because I thought it was insomnia. It's an anxiety disorder. It makes you calm down. And for him to have to make that trip to Russia, I dug up so much about that trip that I'm going to have to do an episode 3. It's been 20 minutes and it seems to be very hard to keep people's attention. But in the 1980s, they came out with research over a 15-year process that proved that benzodiazepines and alcohol were the most dangerous things to be on. When I was prescribed a benzodiazepine, I didn't even know what it was. The doctor said, take 2, 1 every 12 hours. I did, and I became a functioning person. I've been on them for too long now to come off of them, but I have weaned down. But I did it on my own, and you just do it really slowly, and it took me 3 years. So what? It's nobody's business. But if he had told the truth, there wouldn't have been backlash. And what I need to share with you tomorrow, I think because of what happened yesterday, and I'm trying to keep myself busy, we're having a backwards effect. So I'm overusing my planned skills, which is from my competencies on management and for YouTube content. Remember, people that can't do, teach. Okay. You have to have humor. Trevor, I've got to run. And as far as the Frank report, look it up. My comments were used in the Frank report in reference to Nexium and Keith Raniere in support of people because of my experience being in a cult, which is why I'm 53 and I'm changing my hairdos because I've figured out who I am and now I'm trying to channel it. And the ballet shoes, they've brought me joy and pain, sunshine and rain. Pick it up, pick it up. Hey, hey, get it on. We got the beats up. We got the beats up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. With the likes up, share with a friend up. High voltage. Trevor, do something, do something, do something, do something. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the comments on and the comments on. And we want them on until the dawn. If you liked it, take a like. If you comment, I will like. I will comment. And a back. Okay, I've got to take this wig off now. My head's getting itchy. Actually, it's my ears that are getting itchy right now. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go now. You didn't know this is holding my face back? Hi. Jordan Peterson was in Russia.